Welcome back to two of the Syndicate Competitive League 5. I am your host, Xander Fina, and joining me here on the hosting couch is none other than CCP Nullarbor and SCL5. Gentlemen,
Hello.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming back and joining us. We are at the moment getting set up for the final of the losers bracket. The last match we watched was the semi-finals. We watched Dunktown Abbey take down the No Boundaries team fairly comfortably in the end. And before that, we watched the third and final match in the best of three between Try the Verge and Footwork, which I think we were all a little bit surprised when Footwork took that one fairly convincingly in the end, the third of the best of three there, which meant that Try the Verge dropped down to the losers bracket. And here we are in the final of the losers bracket. It will be Dunktown Abbey versus Try of Verge. So let's start pulling together some predictions. First of all, we've got our bannings. Dunktown have the Ishtar and the Domi. Try of Verge have banned the Vargar and, to me, rather surprisingly, the Stratius. What are our initial thoughts on how this will work?
I think the Stratius ban is interesting, but I mean, it's a solid drone ship, and the times that it has been fielded, it's been fielded effectively. However, it hasn't been a very popular choice on a lot of teams. I think we've only seen it used twice. So I don't know about the wisdom of that ban over, say, banning more Marauders, or perhaps even a logistic ship ban of some kind.
It feels a little bit wasteful, doesn't it?
A bit. I mean, the Stratius, it's strong, I think, but I think it's manageable, whereas some of these, particularly the Golem, I think out of all of the Marauders has been proven to be a little bit more than people can handle.
For those of you who didn't keep up with yesterday's fights, probably because SCL5 was hosting, I know that put a lot of people off. Dunktown Abbey took down Reputation Cartel with a trio of Stratiuses. So we haven't seen a lot of them fielded, but Dunktown have done so successfully, which I can only guess is the thought process behind Try a Verge on this one. How do you see this one going, Nullarbor?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the bans, they're just trying to ban their setups. Maybe not so much because those are particularly strong ships. You know, the Stratos is a bit of a wild card, being a new ship for this tournament. But maybe they're just trying to cause a little bit of disruption and making them pull out some of their other setups that maybe they haven't practiced as much with or aren't as strong with, or, you know, just to force a last minute change. But I think this will go, you know, pretty close. Dunktown was so convincing on that last match, and Try the Verge, you know, lost their footing on two of those in the previous round. So I don't know, this could go either way. I hope Dunktown take this out as a bit of a surprise win here.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I was shocked by how inconsistent Try and Verge were in their. I was surprised that they didn't cruise to. I would like to see Dunktown take this one down, actually. I think they've been a more consistent performer so far. I don't know if you back that one up, SCL5, or not.
Yeah, consistency is clearly an issue. I mean, but that would be true with any of the teams in the losers brackets, to be fair.
Where have Try a Verge went wrong in this fight? Where have tournament, because they certainly haven't been the force we would expect them to. I know we've discussed this earlier before one of the other matches, but they've certainly not been as strong as we've seen them previously.
I think where they have gone wrong, it's just slight errors in target calling that have come back to bite them big time. If they want to really advance and get back to the finals, like the finals, they're going to have to be on point with nearly every primary, I think.
So we're just seeing the ships land on grid at the moment, getting ready for the fight. What are our initial thoughts there, Nullarbor?
On what they're going to bring, you know, who knows? It's going to be interesting to see what Dunktown bring now that they've had their, you know, the Varga and the Stratius banned out. Like what other setups they might have. So yeah, be curious to see.
I'm forgetting. I apologise, Nullarbor. We've got myself and SCL5 have now got visibility of the two fleet comps on grid. I'm forgetting that you don't have visibility of that. What are your thoughts based on what we can see there, SCL5?
It's a nearly a mirror match type setup, but it's really tough call. One of the I don't want to ruin it for the audience before we go live to the broadcast, but I think one of the setups is really tried and true, and one of the other setups is something we've seen today that has done really well. And considering the new setup has performed so consistently well, I've got to go with it. I cannot necessarily articulate why it is being so successful against such a wide range of setups, but it is, and you can't argue with results.
If you were to go between these two fleet comps, one of them would be the sort of the heartbreak kid, reliable over a long period of time, whereas the other one would be the new up and comer to the throne. Something more exciting and new and bright to the field. I can't think of any new wrestlers' names. I don't watch wrestling, so
but one
my
thing
analogy's falling on its backside.
One thing you can guarantee is whoever wins is really going to deserve this match. You're not going to see like a Montreal screw job.
Absolutely not. We're going to see some SmackDown in this fight, absolutely guaranteed. So without further ado, let's cut over to our stellar commentary team of Ellendar and Soldat for the first in this best of three final within the losers bracket.